Brooklyn Boulevard corridor plan extends from Bottineau Boulevard to the west to the city limits on the east roundabout near Regent Avenue. And we've kind of got three different sections of the plan. So the western side is near the Blue Line Extension light rail station area. So that's at the corner of West Broadway and Brooklyn Boulevard. And then we've got the corridor in the middle that connects the two districts. And then the eastern district is what's called the Village, and that's generally at Zane and Brooklyn Boulevard. We expect that when the light rail comes to Brooklyn Park that we'll have a lot of reinvestment and private infrastructure that will be developed. So we'll have people interested in developing housing and retail and commercial. And so with the Blue Line Extension station area, we want to make sure that we've got an idea for how future roads might be set up, for how the existing property owners, because it's mostly privately owned areas, that those property owners have an understanding of what they can do with their property moving forward to kind of maximize benefits and do what the city is hoping will guide that area. There's some areas that the Economic Development Authority of Brooklyn Park owns, and so that currently is undeveloped area. So we've got 4 different parcels on Brooklyn Boulevard that the EDA is looking to develop in the future. So we're trying to set a vision for the district as a whole. So we want it to be a walkable neighborhood. We know a lot of the residents that live there already don't have cars or use transit a lot. And we want to make sure that people that are using those alternative transportation options have a safe place to walk and to dine and to play and to live. And so we want to make sure that we have a walkable district in the Village area and using those EDA sites to attract private investment to try to make sure that we can have that district that we're kind of visioning through right now. But we also do have an existing plan that we know sets up the Village really well. That's how we got Shingle Creek Park in the first place, was this existing plan. So we just need to make sure that it's updated and that we're guiding development how we need to. We'll be talking to property owners and making sure that they're included in the conversation, any issues that they have or struggles, what they're hoping for the future. And then we'll be talking to different community organizations, the schools, Zanewood, making sure that their voices are heard. And we'll do public engagement in February or March. You're looking at both city-owned property or Economic Development Authority-owned properties. So we want to make sure that the community is involved in that decision. What type of housing goes on that property, whether or not we have retail, where should the frontage be? We have lots of questions like that we definitely want to make sure that the public is clued in on. Part of this plan is to make sure that we're addressing City Council's goals, which are to make sure that we have a vision that will then attract private investment so that we can address some of the retail closures, some of the tax-based conversation that's going on. And so the Brooklyn Boulevard plan is meant to serve multiple different issues, and one of those is City Council's goals to make sure that we have a thriving corridor, which is serving the neighborhood that's already here.
For more city stories, check out ccxmedia.org or find us on social media.